It goes without saying that Gorilla Tag content is mostly slop, but hey, most of these videos are often made by kids just having fun, so it's easy to cut them some slack. Low effort, sure, but who cares, right? It's harmless. But then there's Vlad, a huge Gorilla Tag content creator who somehow manages to consistently waste our time with clickbait, misleading titles, and lengthy videos that are made solely for a cash grab. We're not talking about some random kids slapping together gameplay clips for their own enjoyment. We're talking about someone who knows what they're doing, and they keep doing it anyway. Today, we're diving into why this particular content creator isn't just guilty of making bad videos, but actively wasting your time.
Here comes the dirt bike. Beware of the dirt bike, 'cause I hear they're coming to our town. They got plans for everyone, and now I hear they're over their sophomore jinx, so you had better check it out.
What is bro doing? Bro got lags, bro.
The It's Vlad YouTube channel was created on April 13th, 2022, with him already blatantly clickbaiting in his third ever video claiming this mobile game was the official Gorilla Tag mobile version despite it looking like this.
These lava guys are running away from me, so I gotta catch them, I believe.
After this, Vlad kept on posting about Gorilla Tag, eventually latching onto the modding sector of the game. I wonder why. This continued for a good couple of weeks until Vlad posted 3 good performing Bone Labs videos. This completely changed the direction of his content, as after this he only posted videos on Bone Labs, of course until they started getting low views, then he switched back to Gorilla Tag after those couple of Gorilla Tag videos were performing the best compared to his Bone Labs ones. Now I'm sure you see the pattern here. It doesn't seem like Vlad is playing Gorilla Tag because he likes it or because he's fond of the community. I think he makes videos on it because it brings him the most green arrows. I don't know if Vlad enjoys being a YouTuber in this sense, unless he's getting that 1 out of 10, unless he's able to ask a random question at the end of his videos to get more comments, and unless he's able to reuse his thumbnails to his heart's content. Alright, so scrolling down his page I already see these two are the same, these two are the same, he's just added leaked. Looks like he's reusing these hands in a lot of these thumbnails. These are the same, that's the same as these as well. Look, he's used it again there. That's the same with different text. That's the same image. These look very similar, all these ones, but look, these two are the same, but he just had like a little gun. These all look very similar. These all, that's actually crazy. That's okay, Vlad, come on, that's actually bad. I mean, you have to admit. Like, this is the same image, he just puts, you know what, this is sort of getting old. I also find this funny. Looking through his channel in some of his descriptions, he'll have, of course, his channel support link, but then he'll have another donation link to support me. It's like on top of the money he doesn't spend towards his videos, he needs more money not to spend towards his videos. Also, now that we're on the topic of money, Vlad's channel memberships consist of $6 a month for emojis that were just ripped from Google, $15 a month for a shout out and a Discord role, $80 a month for Vlad to sub to you and to be able to DM him, then finally $200 a month to be in one of his videos. This shows he will really market anything to his fans for money. He also has the same sort of thing on his Discord, but I just really want to touch on one small aspect, which is one of the rank's perks is his helper will help you out with any issues you have. Isn't that a helper's job? To help people? Well, unfortunately on Vlad's Discord server you'll have to pay $9.99 a month to get that kind of luxury. But who knows, maybe he needs this money. According to his famous birthdays, he was born in Ukraine and later relocated to the United States. And if you guys didn't know, Ukraine is the poorest country in Europe, even before the Russian invasion in 2022. So this could be the case, right? Maybe Vlad is just helping his parents pay the bills with whatever money he earns from YouTube, right? No. I know when he was younger his parents used to be pretty poor, but now he's pretty well off. Here's a clip of him saying he bought the Apple Vision Pro, which is famously overpriced at $3,500.
Well, I had an Apple Vision Pro too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No more Apple Vision Pro
Vision
talk
Pro.
for the rest of the stream.
There's also another clip of him talking about his purchase of a PS5.
Not
This
me sitting
sentiment-
over here with a PS5, not knowing what the heck you guys are talking about.
Well, I got a PS5, my man, so
You got
know
a
what I'm saying?
PS5?
I got
Yeah,
a PS5.
Here he just casually has more than $120 worth of shiny rocks on his account.
And Just check out the balance, as you guys can see. 30,900. Remember this number.
This is Vlad rating his viewers' VR setups as he pulls out his Quest 3 not very long after the Quest 3 was released, meaning there was no saving up involved. He just bought it because he wanted to.
You cannot put like cases onto the Quest 3 because all of the heat kind of gets dissipated through the actual plastic because it's really thin.
And of course, we have to take into account Vlad is a big gamer, and gaming is a pretty expensive hobby, having to buy games, consoles, headsets, and of course streaming and recording equipment like his mic and his latest generation $2,000 iPad Pro. And you might be thinking the same thing I was when I first saw Vlad's content. How does this guy have so many subscribers? Well, not only does he post a full video once, sometimes twice a day, he also used to post a short or two every week, which I'm sure most of us know shorts can make your channel blow up, especially when they're formatted like Vlad's videos. My friend Alpha Cupcakes has been making short form Gorilla Tag videos on TikTok since the beginning of 2022, so I'll let him explain why Vlad's channel has done so well.
Shorts perform well on YouTube because they cater to the audience's limited attention span, offering quick and easily digestible content, which is great for Vlad because every one of his 20-minute long explanation videos are more than difficult to sit through. Vlad has 60 shorts with over 10k views, with almost every single one of them having the same background footage of him sliding around the zipline in the city map. The main point of these videos, especially the more popular ones, are to get the viewer to interact with the page, whether that be liking it, subscribing, or commenting what you think. Most of the time he will tell you to do this after a story or situation that happened or that he's in, making you sit through the whole short, giving him great watch time, and eventually listening to what he says, liking the video, and subscribing to his channel. This may not work on you, but when it's targeted at the young audience of Gorilla Tag, it could be pretty effective. He's done this exact thing in this video, this video, this video, and all of these videos. His most popular short, and the most popular piece of media on his account, opens with him saying, "I made the worst mistake of my entire life." He then explains the promise he made to his fans that when he hits 100k, he will drop feet pics. He goes on to say things like, "Obviously we won't hit 100k, and don't you dare press the like button or comment." The children watching this post will obviously want to embarrass this guy, so they like it and maybe even subscribe. Vlad relies on repetitive content and tactics to manipulate his young audience into interacting with his videos. By pushing for engagement through drawn-out monologues and reverse psychology, he manages to boost watch time and grow his channel, even if it's disingenuous.
So now we know how Vlad got his fanbase with shorts and proper videos, but we're still forgetting about one clear aspect of his account that caught my attention to make this video in the first place. I'm certain a good percentage of you watching have seen those Fortnite countdown streams that claim at the end of the time there's going to be a live event or something important that the viewers would want to see. Well, Vlad does that in Gorilla Tag. The main string of streams I want to focus on is when Caves was being renovated and they had to block it off. If you've been playing the game long enough, you'll remember this map was closed for a long time over many other updates, so it seems weird that Vlad would know exactly when it's coming, especially when he does it this far in advance. On the screen he'll have his sub count, the code he may or may not be in, some stimulating game or video on the side, the latest subscriber, the latest channel member, and the latest super chat. He also has his college funding progress bar down the bottom, so that's good. And of course he has the famous countdown. This all seems pretty harmless until... Alright, so we're at the top of Vlad's live stream sector of his channel. So let's just scroll all the way down here until we're near the bottom, and then let's just click a random one right here. Alright, so we're on here and it says 11 days, 6 hours, alright? And this is on May 30th. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for next time. So now we're back at the top of his page. So let's just scroll down a little bit until we can see one of these live streams near the top. And it says 2 days, 16 hours. Okay, maybe it's only been a little bit of time. And then it says July 26th. Which, that's longer than the time. You know. This is blatant proof that Vlad is lying to his audience in order to keep the live stream going on for longer, giving him more notoriety, interaction, and money. Also, I understand these first countdowns could have been educated guesses, but that still counts as pure negligence, not knowing the official time, but promising it anyway. Vlad's tactics may have boosted his numbers, but they came at a cost of honesty and respect for his viewers. By misleading his audience with fake countdowns, he prioritized his own gain over the trust of his community. In the end, it's clear that Vlad isn't just bending the truth, he's exploiting it, and that's not something a genuine content creator should stand for.
Look at all the people in the window. I'm checking out the people in the window. I was uncomfortable, now I'm uncomfortable. The trouble I encountered when I thought it was 'cause it was a window.
People have tried to call out Vlad in the past, but they never really dug very deep into what he actually does on YouTube. Sure, I covered the surface level stuff, but I also tried to sprinkle in a lot of the parts I found interesting and weird about Vlad's content. In the past, he's made a response to one of these videos, so I wanted to understand some of his reasonings and correct him when I believe he was in the wrong. Attacking the person who criticized him, whether Vlad's right or not, doesn't address the issues with his own content. It's just a tactic to divert attention from his own actions. A disclaimer doesn't make up for the fact that his content is misleading, especially when aimed at children who may not know any better. Vlad's audience deserves honesty, not excuses. His streams are clearly set up to make money and grab attention, not just show appreciation. The description and screen are filled with monetization elements like donation bars, later super chats, and follower prompts. It's honestly unbelievable anyone could think he's just ethically thanking his viewers for subbing. There's no need to reach out before exposing someone. Vlad didn't contact the creator before reacting to their video, so expecting others to do so for him is hypocritical and irrelevant. I'm sure this is obvious to everyone, but I guess just to Vlad, just because others post low quality videos doesn't excuse Vlad's behavior. Given the size and influence of his channel, he should set a higher standard and not just follow the crowd. Posting daily doesn't change the fact that his videos are low effort and cheap. His focus on churning out content for the sake of numbers shows he values quantity over quality, prioritizing more uploads instead of putting genuine effort into creating meaningful videos. Those shorts are his most viewed, meaning they clearly have a big impact. Even if it's just 2, it still matters when they reach the most people. Smaller creators care more about keeping the community's quality intact because they're still trying to grow. Big creators don't need to worry about Vlad's impact, but that doesn't mean his actions don't harm the overall community. It doesn't matter if the term is overused, Vlad's content fits the definition perfectly by using misleading titles and thumbnails to bait viewers into clicking. This just proves he only does things if there's something in it for him, like followers or money. It's not just about the community, it's about profit. People are allowed to call out harmful content, especially when it affects the community. Vlad isn't being targeted unfairly, he's being held accountable. Misleading thumbnails and titles still damage the community, making it harder for genuine creators to get noticed, while Vlad benefits from exploiting viewer curiosity. There's more to being disliked than just being annoying or vulgar. Vlad's misleading content and exploitive practices are the real reason people criticize it.
I Can Hear You by They Might Be Giants, made at the Edison Laboratory. I can hear you, just barely hear you. I can just barely hear you.
Most of Vlad's content feels like it's purely made for his own gain rather than for his audience. However, there is one bright spot in his online presence, a channel called Fishing with Vlad. Unlike the other channels, this one reveals a side of Vlad that's far more genuine and engaging. The content is simple and straightforward, fishing trips to a dam, often with his father hoping to catch trout, which they've succeeded in doing on camera. It's the kind of content that feels authentic and real, a refreshing change from his typical style. In these videos you see Vlad in a different light. He's not just trying to grab attention or stretch out watch time, he's sharing something he genuinely enjoys. There's a moment where he talks about how their fishing spot sometimes has trash left by others, and they make a point to clean it up, doing their part to keep the area beautiful.
As you guys can see, sadly, whenever we come back from pretty much our place to here, every time there's new trash. And it's kind of sad to see. We try to throw it out, but sadly, you know, we can't do everything. But usually we throw out pretty much the most of it. But you know, that's still not removing the problem.
He discusses the fishing gear and bait they're using, sharing practical tips on how to improve your chances of catching something. I'm actually having some fish tonight while I watch my Fishing with Vlad. That's fucking good. The editing isn't filled with unnecessary padding. He focuses on the interesting moments, cutting back in when something exciting happens.
I'm gonna come back to you guys whenever we actually get something interesting back, and yeah.
The interactions with his father also feel sincere. When Vlad reels in a fish, the enjoyment between them is natural, not the over-the-top excitement typical of clickbait content on YouTube.
Here's the close-up of the fish. Pretty big one. Oh. flipping out.
There's a visible bond between these two, a sense of shared happiness that shows through their conversations, stories about other fishing trips, and the general camaraderie. It seems like fishing with Vlad is more than just another channel for him. It's his way of stepping away from the noise of the internet and reconnecting with something he loves, while of course making a video about it. If Vlad posted on this channel more often, it could give his fanbase a chance to see who he really is beyond the clickbait titles and gamer talk. This shows that there's still a spark in him that enjoys making genuine content, and this channel is proof of that. It could be the start of something better if he chooses to lean into it.
Why is the world in love again? Why are we marching hand in hand? Why are the ocean levels rising up? It's a brand new record for 1990. There might be Giant's brand new album, Vlad.
It's clear that Vlad's journey on YouTube has been a mixed bag. On one hand, his primary content often feels like a grind for numbers, using cheap tactics, clickbait, and misleading titles to game the system. His strategies have worked in gaining subscribers and views, but at the cost of genuine connection with his audience. When you constantly push for engagement through overplayed thumbnails, unnecessary streams, or even copying other creators, it's not surprising that some viewers feel exploited. But there's still hope for Vlad. Fishing with Vlad gives us glimpses of who he really could be. Someone who isn't chasing the next viral video, but simply sharing what he enjoys. These videos show a more authentic side, one that values real experiences over algorithms. It's a reminder that Vlad doesn't need to rely on clickbait and trends. There's space for content that's genuine, where success isn't just measured in views, but in moments shared and stories told. He could embrace this approach more often, bringing a new kind of honesty to his channel and rebuilding trust with his audience. The truth is, Vlad has the ability to shift gears. He could use his platform to be more than just another Gorilla Tag content creator who churns out content for views. He could set a better example by focusing on quality, cutting back on the clickbait, and treating his audience with the respect they deserve. He can still post often, but the content should feel like it's coming from a place of passion rather than a scramble for profit. Nobody's expecting perfection, but it would be great to see Vlad embrace a more ethical approach, one where he doesn't need to just follow trends but actually leads by creating videos he's proud of. If he could bring the sincerity we see on his fishing channel to his main content, there's a chance for real growth, not just in numbers but in the way his audience perceives him. People are forgiving and appreciate when others make effort to improve. There's still time for Vlad to turn things around and build something more meaningful both for himself and for the Gorilla Tag community. Vlad, if you're watching, it's not too late to change. You've shown that you have the potential for authenticity. I've done my research for this video, and I know that you'd rather me reach out to you than do this, but if you want to talk to me privately, my Twitter's linked to my YouTube channel, also my TikTok is if you want to DM me. But now it's up for you to decide whether you'll keep taking the easy way out or step up and create content that really matters. Thank you everyone for watching, and remember, time is the one thing that we can't get back, so don't let anyone steal it from you. Value every moment, because once it's gone for good.
By the time you get this note, we'll no longer be alive. We'll have all gone up in smoke. There'll be no way to reply. You'll be wondering about the world that vanished long ago, and the words that reach you now that were buried underground.